Hey guys, just see this here with a lot less hair today. I can barely recognize myself. Today, I'm bringing you an 18 Underrot key that was pretty damn clean, so I figured I'd upload it. And about a minute in, because I was almost forgetting, like I told a lot of you guys I was going to start trying to commentate what goes through my mind as I go through these dungeons. So I kind of remembered a little late, but I did try to commentate why I was doing what I was doing, and the route, the order of the bosses, my cooldown usage, what I'm thinking about when I'm DPSing, healing, trying to prepare for damage windows. So I tried to deliver what you guys asked and commentating live. To be fair, this is my very first time, so I'll probably get better at it, but I think it's not bad, so enjoy the live commentary and a pretty clean run of 18 Underrot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
These caves must lead.
A little bit of an 18 Underrot here. See how it goes. With my man Bajheera. Slow's a little annoying. So right now we're just DPSing, right? I'm trying to do as much judgment into Holy Shocks as possible. And that's pretty much the idea. And then reset it with Crusader Strike, obviously. Because this boss doesn't require a lot of healing. The second boss is rough. Uneven. Because of the tantrum. I'm beating the mage on damage. Not looking great. Yeah, we're mostly focusing on damage. Like 53k is about right. Here, you want to skip the left side back, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the tank's route, right? So I don't know what's the exact route we're going to do, but a lot of these routes pretty much look the same, right? So far, so good. We're gonna bolster that Lasher a little bit, but it's pretty low HP, so we're good. The whole idea is pretty much always to like try to do as much damage as possible in Mythic Plus when your group's stable, but always like be wary that, yeah, like some big pulls can happen, and you need to be ready for them. These are super dangerous, like the thing that pursues, like very, very, very scary. Just one of the main reasons why I pop cooldowns here. The maggots are super scary too because you can't be in front of them, or you might get just one-shotted by the breath thing. That pull was pretty good. 7k DPS. Yeah, the Blood Swarmers are the one that I find particularly scary, but the maggots, you gotta keep an eye out for them, because if they breed... Like Rotten Vile, that cast, the frontal, it's super freaking scary. I stunned one, so at least it's not gonna get that one out. I'm gonna bolster the maggot a little bit, but I mean, if we avoid his frontal, the maggot pretty much does nothing, right? I'm gonna pop wings every time these pulls are like a little significant. Like this one is a pretty big pull, so you want to pop wings there. I lost track of the freaking the blob that does the frontal, so that's a little scary. Oh, right there, I got the stun on it. This DH is taking a lot of damage. Let's give him sack. And now the group is having a hard time, like damage-wise. But we look decently stable. So you want to contribute damage, but as you notice, like if the pressure is on, you really want to just concentrate on healing. You're a healer before anything. But your biggest contribution to a Mythic Plus team in general is your damage as a paladin. Because druids have more utility than you do. The healing they do is actually a little more consistent. Like, it's not stronger, but it's more consistent, right? Because we do most of our healing during wings windows. Most of our damage as well, but we have more damage during wings and outside of wings. And just in general, we do a lot more damage. Oh, one maggot pull? I don't think that was intentional from Whitley. And I would think we're not going to do Kragma just now, because usually groups want to wait for Bloodlust for Kragma. So we're probably going to do the Pillar now. Yeah, exactly. We are on the same page. You can free them out of these growths. I pretty much always do that. Obviously, you want to get out of there. So now I'm just BSing. Just trying to have Judgment go into a shock, because that's more damage than Judgment into a Zayder Strike. But I mean, you do want to keep your Zayder Strike like happening to reset the cooldown on your shock, right? You can pretty much just watch a textbook, just Holy Paladin DPS rotation. I'm not doing anything else than DPSing right now. The group's not taking damage on that mini boss. Might have to heal a little bit. I think we dropped an explosive there. Because I was trying to deeps. Just dispel that, obviously. I was a little late on it, but good enough. Your Consecrate is a big portion of your damage. Like, I'm always talking about the relationship between, like, Zayder Strike and Judgment, using the buff from your Judgment for your Holy Shock and all that good stuff. But you gotta not forget Consecrate. It's a huge portion of your damage, like, seriously. You can help your buddies with explosives fairly well with Holy Paladin. I think Judgment pretty much always will be a one-shot on those explosives, but that's not always up. Even a shock is pretty close to a one-shot on these things, or it is a one-shot. I don't even know exactly for explosive, but I know you can help a lot. I think for Zayder Strike, it's actually at least 2 Zayder Strikes to get, if not 3, but you can still help a lot. Like, if you're not doing anything else, right, might as well. Because your DPSers globals, you typically do more damage than yours, so if you can waste a global on explosive so they don't have to, it's a good thing. But obviously they'll still focus on it too, so except if we have like mad communication and a very high-end group that runs together every day, but this is not what this is. This is like me, my buddy Bajheera, Wibbly, who's pretty much our usual tank for these things, and then the other 2 are bugs. These here can be insanely scary if the interrupts aren't handled well. And because this is a group that is not on comms, this might be very, very scary. They seem to be melting really, really fast, though. Yeah, we'll let a volley go off. I can handle that. Oh, the totem. Yeah, that was a fail on me, like 100%. I stayed under the totem.
Four, three, two, one.
Okay, I got my food buff. Let's do this. So here, one thing some people don't know is these mushrooms, you can actually pop some by using bubble when this fight gets a little too scary. You're also a pretty good source of damage on this freaking fight because that mage got wrecked. What's that mage doing? Look, I don't know what that mage is doing. Like, he keeps stepping into freaking mushrooms and getting Omega freaking, like, Omega fucked. What I was going to say is you're a pretty good source of damage on that fight in general, by the way. Because most of that mage just almost got one-shot again. What is he freaking doing? Like, this is a perfect example of what you don't want your mage to be doing. Like, getting one-shotted every freaking 2 seconds. Like, now I'm out of cooldowns for a little bit. I'll bubble and do these. I'm being a little bad right now with maintaining freaking Consecrate on my damage up, but my group is taking way more damage than they're supposed to, so it's a little rough. I keep having to dispel, I keep having to do a lot of freaking stuff that I shouldn't be focusing on right now. Like, I have another set of wings, but I think I'm... Nah, I need to pop it now. These guys are getting trucked. Save Bajheera, but it's gonna be steep. Cleanse in 1 second. This is looking like a kill. Might be a little rough on that Festering Harvest. I don't have a cooldown for it, but hopefully people have like some personals to help me with this. I didn't hit that hard. We handled the mechanic very well. Yeah, so my damage could have been higher if the mechanics were handled better, is what it boils down to, right? But I mean, we kept the team alive, and that's the bottom line for a healer anyway, right? So, this is good. Test! Okay, yeah, sound is on. Sorry about that, VOD watchers.
Let's hurry and find out.
And we get wings and
5,
Holy Avenger right
4,
now. Okay.
3, 2.
By the way, you keep this cooldown combo for the first tantrum. You don't pop it on full like you would do in many different fights, right? And we need to bait this thing in the cage. Thank God the one person who didn't bait didn't get picked. Even with Wings and Holy Avenger, this boss is a little weird because he runs away. So you basically don't have stuff to hit to actually properly use your stuff when he does Tantrum. I think we'll start stacking up some Glimmers now to make sure we're ready when he does Tantrum. Yeah, just like that. Now I was ready. Like he's Tantruming, which does a truck ton of damage, but we were ready with Glimmers on the whole. Where's that DH? Okay. There's that mage. It was a little bit of a weird bait, but not the worst. This is looking fairly good. I keep baiting on the wall, man. He picks me. It's nice.
We need to get closer.
So the second one, you want to use Holy Avenger, focus on healing your party, and pop a potion if you need to, right? Just like I did right there. Good thing I had Holy Avengers up, because as you can see, that was a tight call. And then hopefully we won't have a third. Oh. Damn it. Okay, that's horrible. Because if we have a third one, I'll have cooldowns for it, but that means our DPS is much lower. We have so many ticks, man. I need Wings there to stabilize and get Glimmers ready. I haven't been doing that great of a job at the vlogs myself, but it's mostly because this was rough. This was a rough one too. The thing is, with us like having a rough time with these ticks, it's spawning many explosives, right? Which is really, really bad. We can't get another one. I don't have cooldowns for it at all. It just needs to die. I mean, they have personals. It's doable without a Paladin cooldown, but it is a very, very rough one. Okay, we got it. That wasn't perfect, but one-shotting this is good news. Because that's a hard boss on AT Tyrannical. And this boss is already down, so timer's looking pretty good. As you guys can see, that's pretty much it, right? Like, you want to try to do damage and plan for, like, big healing window. Like a big thing I did there that you guys can maybe like reproduce is like I prepared glimmers for the tantrums, right? Because Holy Avenger plus Wings is really strong. Like it's his strongest window of healing. But if you can't hit anything, it loses a lot of value, right? So because that's the case, right? Like we can't use the maximum value because we can't melee hit. So, what's with this debuff keep, like, always being applied? I'm actually not even sure. I have to bubble this to not freaking die to it. I think we're missing interrupts. But I could be wrong. We're alive. Most important part. Yeah, Death Bolt is the interrupt. Okay, so we're messing up the interrupt big time. Okay, that's what's happening. Like, we messed up 3 interrupts in there. I was feeling like something was like a little off. I just cleansed him and the little one went off, so now I need to just power heal him. Not too bad, man. But yeah, if you get your glimmers ready, then your big shocks that you can't really reset properly because you just can't melee him while he tantrums, then at least your big shocks are doing big glimmer heal, and that's how you keep up for that last boss like I was talking about. So this we want to bring it to the other pillar, slash a little bit before the other pillar, by the way, guys. We're missing a lot of freaking interrupts because we're not on comms. It's pretty obvious. But we're getting it done so far, so... I'm pretty sure Wibbly wants this to move further, though. He's waiting for the freaking Scarab to die. Or maybe not? He's just standing there. What? We're gonna do that big duder? Okay, I've never seen this path. Why did we skip it earlier? I don't know what happened there. This is not the path I'm used to, but whatever works, man. These, what you gotta watch out is Madden Gaze, you can't be in front of them. And then when you do Abyssal Reach, you gotta like relocate. Because he'll put tentacles where you were standing before, right? Like, see? I didn't get one, but all 3 DPSers got one, so you just gotta relocate. After the tentacles are down. I mean, you just DPS, right? Because if you're tanking, your DPSs are doing it properly, there's no damage from that. We just need interrupts on these frickin' like, tentacles. I think I'm gonna pop cooldowns here, just, like... Some of these are really scary pulls, by the way. They don't look like it, but, like, there's so many interrupts, and if your group are not on top of them, yeah, this happens. And this is a lot of... This means a lot of damage. Another Death Bolt. Yeah, we're missing all the Death Bolts. Ah, damn, man. This is rough. That's another kind of weird one, because we got the Faceless, that we got to dodge his stuff, and we got Dead Bolts to interrupt, which we didn't once again. Yeah, this is a little... And we're eating tentacles. Yeah, they're making this pretty rough on me, but... I mean, so far we're alive, and that's all we need, right? Like, to be alive. But yeah, we're failing pretty hard on interrupt side of things on many of these pulls, which is why I popped Wings to pull before, because I didn't really trust our interrupts. I think we're doing a little too much trash right now. Which is fine, but... And we miss another interrupt. wise. Spell the fear on you. Your priority target for the fears, by the way, is you, then the tank, then a DPS, right? And it's always going to be 3 fears. So you're rarely dispel DPS, except if it's all 3 DPS that got it. So if tank and healers are like clean right off the bat, right? Like I got it twice now, so I had to dispel myself twice, which means my tank is going to get feared. This is pretty much like one of the worst case scenarios you can hope for twice in a row, which is not horrible. Like as you can see, it's very much like doable to handle, but yeah, it's kind of the worst case scenario when both tank and healer gets it, because it means one of them will be feared. And we got it 3 out of 3 on this one. No, I think we're good then. On trash. I've never done the other thing, but I think we skipped the pack at the beginning that I'm used to doing, so that's probably why I was a little confused. But I mean, Wibbly knows his shit, so he just don't down me. This last boss can be scary if people don't bait properly, and I personally don't really trust this mage because he couldn't do the third boss like at all. So that's a little scary, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, yeah, good percentage as usual. The Wibbly special. That guy's such a good tank. By the way, Wibbly, if you're looking at the names in there, it's a Sure Benny Pal. Which I don't know where the name comes from, but yep. His Twitch name's Wibbly, so we know him as Wibbly. He plays like 4 or 5 different tanks.
2, 1.
So on this, purely for damage, I would pop Wings and Holy Avenger on pole. Although right now, I kind of don't trust my group to like bait it properly, so I'll probably hold on to it a little bit. I'll pop it now. I don't want to waste it. Well, looks like I might have been wrong. The baits look good so far. This fight can be a little stupid with explosives because some of these ads can spawn explosives like all the way in the back, like into poop. But we have a mage and we have me with judgment. We have Wibbly with like moonfire. We should be good to handle them even if they're a little far, right? So here I'll pop a little bit of Aura Mastery, because I have a little bit of healing to do, and I pretty much don't have procs or globals or wings, so you can help yourself with that. I'm going to pop the pot here to make sure I finish my healing on the mage and heal myself up from the damage I was about to take. Yeah, we're doing the bait really well right now. And as I say that, I eat a lot of damage from that, but we're still fine. I have Wings and Holy Avenger combo again. That was a good bait. That one was perfect. They're doing pretty good. Let's use sack just because we can. I'm gonna try to reduce the damage we take by cleansing ourselves because we're about to take some sack damage. Oh, that mage got eradicated. Sorry.
Cool.
Good work.
Hell,
That was a good
I'll
key.
see what I can do from inside.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and as usual, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help a lot. And you can also catch me live on twitch.tv/justsidious.